speaking career, you have to have a theme, right? This is what I learned in San Diego when I
Oh.
had a meeting with Greg S. Reed, who's a keynote speaker. You should look him up. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's an author of one of my favorite books called 3 Feet from Gold. You should definitely
Okay.
pick it up. That's how I started speaking career. How do I get that meeting with that person? Man, do the
Mm-hmm.
work for free. Everything I do
Yes.
is for free. I fly, I travel, I take a fucking bus for 13 hours to go meet Evan Carmichael. Everything for free. People want the 1 hour. Oh, you're gonna have to stop doing what you're doing because you're gonna be a father. You're gonna have
Other.
to
Yeah.
stop doing what you're doing because you can't travel as much anymore. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? You don't know me.
Mm-hmm.
When that baby pops out, when I have that little Oompa Loompa, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
carrying him
Mm-hmm.
or her. The baby is gonna go with me to interviews. If I have to take the baby and the baby's gonna be in my arm, that's hey, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing great. Yesterday, I was in like a interview marathon. I did yesterday 4 interviews, and today before you, I did just now finished one more interview.
Nice, that's good. I'm excited to hear that. So
Oh,
just before we start, are we like is this something that you're gonna record or?
yes, I'm recording.
Okay, so just give me a second.
Yeah.
I have to stand because I've been up since like 6 in the
Okay.
morning, and I'm just freaking tired of sitting down. All right, 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
Hacer una entrevista en la computadora. All right, let's just do this. I was trying to kick out my mom's mom, but I mean my wife's mom, but she's being difficult.
Okay.
All right, so what's up? So you're recording this before we start and everything. You're recording this, and what's the deal?
Like I just want to know how you started. What's your journey? Your journey of becoming.
Got it. All right. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good. Wait, let me put this away. Oh, sorry, I was so busy. It's a little bit hard to get settled in, but all right. So I'm ready when you're ready.
Yes. So, like, are you this confident since your childhood, or no?
I'm sorry.
Like, are you this confident in speaking or interacting with people since your childhood, or what kind of a kid you are when
Yeah.
you're?
So now I'm very confident, right?
Yes.
Now, right?
Yes.
So I started this journey about a year ago, just so you could get some context of what's going on. I
Yes.
started this journey a year ago, and what happened was I had a situation, and I won't get into details, but I had a situation that finally woke me up and said, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty much it. So that's what started this journey. Now, the journey wasn't so clear. I didn't know I was going to be interviewing all these celebrities and famous people and entrepreneurs. I didn't know that was going to happen. I kind of just started with a high school friend, right?
Mm.
But what happened was in the beginning, I ignored my intuition, right? I ignored my intuition. I said, don't do this, it's wrong. And I did it anyways, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then another example of my intuition was I listened to my intuition when I got the job that I'm in now at the hotel, and I
Mm-hmm.
make great money there. So those were two examples, very big examples that literally changed my life in terms of finances, in terms of my relationship and wanting to get around successful people.
Mm-hmm.
So I started this journey. I was very scared, very shy. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, how it's gonna be, but I did know, and I'm glad I did this was just to start. I just started,
Start.
okay. And
Yes.
if for anybody out there, any of your viewers that are watching right now or who will watch this
Watch.
interview,
Mm-hmm.
just start. Just start. Because that's what I did. I just started. I just said, "Hey, friend from high school, I know you have 100,000 views on one of your songs on YouTube. Do you think you can help me out in my journey and allow me to interview you?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said yes. So that's how I started. And then from there, I got another one, and then another one, and then another one. It was kind of like, people that weren't so big, but they kept kind of like climbing up. And then finally, I started getting like Greg S. Reed, who I slept over his house. I got David Meltzer, who's the CEO of Sportswear Marketing.
Yes.
And then I got Scott Duffy. He works for Entrepreneur Magazine. I got Jay Cutler, four-time Mr. Olympia. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, right? And I'm very grateful for that. But those things were the things that got me my confidence. Little by little, I started building, and that's how everything happened. That's how I got my confidence. So if your question is how I got my confidence, that's how I got my confidence. I started building it, and then I little by little, I still got my confidence. I get nervous, yes, I get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I get nervous. I get sweaty. My hands sweat. It's annoying. I don't eat when I have an interview sometimes. Uh,
Yes. I can
but
I can resonate with that.
yeah, yeah. But it's funny. Once I get to that moment of doing the actual interview,
Mm-hmm.
right? Of doing the actual interview, in that seat, I am relaxed. I am so good.
Yeah.
This is like my moment, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
obviously I've worked like probably 6 or 7 months for some of these interviews. If you see some of my email threads,
Mm-hmm.
they have been very lengthy. So that's a moment. 20 minutes. Let's go. There's no time for being scared or being shy. It's
Yes.
right now. Let's go.
You waited for 6 or 7 months for this moment.
That's it. That's how I became. That's how I became
Yeah.
confident, and that's how I build more confidence along the way.
Like as a kid or as a growing up youngster, do you have that like a big dreams to achieve, or like what kind of person you are?
So you're saying if I have big dreams to achieve
Like in the childhood, do you have that same kind of a mindset? Even
as a child? So as
yeah.
a child, I'm glad you asked this question because I don't really talk about this too much. This is a great question. So I always wanted to be a professional baseball player. That was my dream from like 12 years old up until like 18, 19, 20 years old. Now, what happened was I didn't respect my dream enough and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
do the necessary things to achieve my dream. But that was my passion. Like I would do that for free. I lived, eat, excuse my language, shit baseball. And I still do now. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
very self-aware. I'm very self-aware to the point that I don't have the skills and capability of being a professional baseball player now. It is what it is. Okay, those,
Yes.
those people are sick. Like you have to train so much and be so skilled to be at that level.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wanted to be a speaker and I always wanted to be a book because I remember back in the day I used to be like, man, I want to be like Derek Jeter. I don't know if you know who Derek Jeter is,
No.
but he used to play for the Yankees.
Okay.
He wrote a book. He wrote a book. He has a foundation. So that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of like what I wanted to do. I wanted to do those same things.
Same.
So
Okay.
I kind of had this, but
Mm-hmm.
after baseball left, my life was like empty. I, I I I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how. I didn't know what. I didn't know with who. So
Mm-hmm.
I wasted 6 years of my life kind of just working different jobs, not really doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
becoming a little bit more mature. And
Mm-hmm.
then finally, that scary moment happened in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm here with you today. And I wish I can get into details. I wish I could. I wish. There's going to be a point where I am
Mm-hmm.
very soon,
Yes,
the
yes,
next few
yes.
months.
I understand because like when we are starting that journey, we won't really like reveal all those small moments in our life.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can tell you in a separate phone call, but I can't put it
Yeah,
out here. It's just because
yeah.
out of respect to the people that
Yes,
were
yes,
involved
I
and all
understand.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally understand.
Yeah.
Like, and like, what did you go to college? Like, what education do you take? Like, in what's your specialization? Or
So yes, I went to college. College was fun. I dormed for a year, and I liked it. I was always a great student. I always liked studying. I always liked doing what I had to do. I didn't graduate. I did 2 years. I transferred in the middle. Uh, I was thinking of being a police officer, but the thing was, it wasn't really my passion, and I think that's why I wasted so many years because I didn't know what I really wanted to do.
what? Mm-hmm.
I think I always knew in my heart. I just didn't know how or what, or
Yeah,
it just became more clear now. And I think college is great if you're going to be a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer. I get
lawyer.
it. I get it. I get it. I want somebody that went to school for 80 years to do surgery on me. So, yes, go to school. Now, if you're doing something like me, do I think going to school is a smart thing? No.
No,
And I disagree. And I went to school because there's a culture out there with your parents. There's a culture out there in society. Like after high school, go to college
college.
and create debt. You know, I created like 50 grand in debt. And that's not a smart move, which I'm still paying off now.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to school and then I was I'm very glad I stopped going to school and I didn't create more debt. And then
Yes,
4 years later, it got me here.
exactly. Because I can resonate with that. Because I didn't learn so much because like reading books, speaking this content, I didn't got these skills in school. I They didn't teach me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all about like a theoretical knowledge,
yeah.
but it's not. Yeah, there is. Like, do you think like education is good?
I think education is great. It tells you the basics, you know, how to add, how to
Okay.
spell. I mean, God, I can't spell now. Every time, you know, education is great. I just think there's good people out there that are working hard on the
Fine.
education system now, like Microsoft, uh,
Yes.
Bill Gates. You know, Apple is doing a lot for the education system. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people out there, like even me. I want to do stuff for education system, and what I mean is, I want to speak in schools. I want to speak with the
So
students, and
yes.
I just had a meeting with my high school principal,
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Zambrano, to start my speaking career and actually speak for free at
Mm-hmm.
the school, and she wants me to do that. So yeah, I think education is great. Education system is great. Is there a lot more that can be done? Yes. You need it for the majority of the things that you want to do in life. I don't think so, because I look at it like this: you're gonna teach me how to run a business as a professor when you never were a business owner yourself. That's why.
Yes, like I saw that you want to speak, you want to start your speaking career. That's the question you asked Evan Carmichael. That's
Yeah.
the thing I really want.
Yeah. So the thing with the speaking career, and I'm only gonna talk about my story, the starting point, and I'm not gonna talk about how to make money because I'm not doing that yet.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm very self-aware. So
yeah.
the thing with the speaking career, you have to have a theme, right? This is what I learned in San Diego when I
Okay.
had a meeting with Greg S. Reed, who's a keynote speaker. You should look him up. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's an author of one of my favorite books called 3 Feet from Gold. You should definitely pick
Okay.
that book up. And he told me you have to have a theme. You have to have a topic. Just because you want to motivate people, people are not hiring you for that. There has to be a
Yes.
reason. So we kind of came up with this theme. This theme. He was asking me questions of like my life, and like I was telling you, my intuition. And then
Mm-hmm.
we are like, intuitive success, and we came out with intuitive success, and that's been the theme of all my interviews. So yes, my brand is called On the Road to Success, but
Mm-hmm.
when I do the interview, is hey, how did your intuition play a role on your success?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a theme. So that's a theme, and then what I learned from Evan Carmichael, I know you saw the video like 3 times.
Yes, I really.
you have to get comfortable. You see, I'm very comfortable right now. Like I'm just talking
Mm-hmm.
to you, things are flowing. I don't have no notes or anything like that.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, you have to get comfortable talking. So you have to talk in camera every day. Every
Mm-hmm.
day. You have to have the ability to take a 3 day workshop message
Mm-hmm.
to an hour message to a
Yes.
20-minute message
Yes.
to a 15-second
Second.
Instagram story
Mm-hmm.
on your profile. So that's what I'm doing. If you see my Instagram profile, I'm not talking shit.
Yes.
Like if you see my Instagram profile,
Yes.
I'm literally probably doing like 10 to 20 to 15 posts on Instagram stories
Instagram
a day,
story.
and
Yes.
I'm posting 3 to 5 times a day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just doing more videos and posting more and getting in camera. I'm going live more. I was live earlier at 10 o'clock, so I'm doing all of that stuff
Mm-hmm.
uh, just to get better, just to talk, just to feel better. And then the opportunities and the speaking engagements will come.
Will come.
I'm
Yes.
not worried about getting paid right now, and that's key. People say, "How do I start a speaking career? How do I build? How do I get that meeting with that person?" Man, do the
Mm-hmm.
work for free. Everything I do is
Yes.
for free. I fly, I travel, I take a fucking bus for 13 hours to go meet Evan Carmichael. Everything's for free. People want the 1 hour with Mark Zuckerberg, but they don't know all the work that goes behind it. So
Yes.
do it for free. If you do the work and you add value, you will get the speaking engagements that you want, the things that you want. And keep in mind, you have to have a theme.
Awesome. Yeah. You talked about the theme, right? So every TEDx talk or every TED talk, they have their own theme.
Yes. So
Yes.
TEDx is very specific. I've been doing some research because it's. I would like to get into a TEDx talk, but like I told you,
I'm.
it's very specific. It's a theme. There are a
Yes.
lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's an
Mhm.
application that goes behind it.
Yes.
I can't really talk too much about it because I don't know so much, but I do know that it's very
Yeah.
specific.
I'm also in that journey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
That's cool.
yeah. So like I printed out some information.
But what I would say, you know what? I'm so sorry. This is gonna be really funny, but what's your name, sweetheart? What's your name?
Revathi.
Huh?
Revathi.
Revati?
Yes.
Revati, listen. So, what I would do, give me a second.
Yeah.
Give, oh, so dame un chance para que se enfríe. Sorry, that's her mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can edit this out. Oh, you could keep it. I don't care.
Yeah.
This is my journey. This is real life stuff. So, listen. Uh, what was the thing? What were we talking about?
My name.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So your name. One more time.
Revathi.
Revati. Listen.
Yes.
So before a TEDx talk, before you're in a school, before you're doing anything like that, before you meet Evan Carmichael,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to understand one thing because you seem very young and very ambitious. So I was like that in the beginning as well. I want this,
Mm-hmm.
I want that, I want to talk in schools. But there's so much that I would recommend for you to do
Mm-hmm.
before you even start thinking of people like that
Mm-hmm.
or speaking engagement like that. And don't worry, it won't take long. It took me a year, okay? And you're gonna see that you might say, "Oh my God, what do I need now? What do I have to do now?" But don't worry about that. Just make sure you do something today, and then the different resources that you need are gonna come along the way. Like there's been people that have told me things that I learned along the way. There's been little tips and tricks that I've learned. I'm like, okay, cool. But it took me 6 months to actually learn that piece.
Yes.
Uh, so just right now, what I would highly recommend for you to do is get in front of the camera, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Post on Instagram, post on Facebook, LinkedIn, get a YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
document your journey. Don't create, document it. Hey guys,
Yes.
I'm going to the bathroom. Stuff like that. Because documenting it just is easier versus creating. Creating
Create.
what I
Yes.
noticed is
Creating takes like so much
yeah,
time to think.
if you're not a real creator, you're gonna fall into lying. And that's what
Yes.
I did. I would try to
Yes.
be somebody that I was not in the first few months, first two
Mm-hmm.
months, first month. And I'm like, you know what, this sucks because I had to remember stuff.
Yes.
Write down
Yeah.
a sheet of like, okay, and step number two, and it was just retarded. As opposed to, guys, I don't know how to spell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to put YOU apostrophe RE.
But yeah.
Everybody sends me a damn message about that stupid word. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the real part. That's now
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten better. I've gotten better, but that's what I mean. You know, just document, don't create. Document your journey. Do a lot, a lot, a lot, and you're gonna get a year later. You're gonna be like, Shh, oh my god, those videos that I did a year ago. Oh, I just want to delete them. Trust me. If you go back to
Yes.
my, if you go back to my first interviews, I recommend not to, because you might not want to be my fan, but you're gonna be like Jesus Christ, and I say that all the time. But that's the beautiful thing about it is that from there to now, it's all the change and all the growth that has happened. It feels like it's been a year. I mean, sorry, like 5 years
Mm-hmm.
of all the work that I've been doing. But don't worry too much about that now. Like, you have to understand why is Evan Carmichael, and he might meet you with you, but why is Evan Carmichael going to do a live Instagram with you, especially now? He's going on tour. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
why?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be a little easier for me because I have interviewed David Meltzer. I have interviewed. These are people that he has done top
Yes.
10, top
Mm-hmm.
10 on his show. Hey, I did an interview with a top 10 that you did,
Mm-hmm.
right? You never actually did an interview with him, but I did,
And
and I want to
yeah.
interview you. I'll go
Mm-hmm.
to Toronto. I'll take a bus for free for 13 hours. That's leverage. That's doing the work for free. Man, this
Mm-hmm.
guy wants to take a bus for 13 hours to come interview me? That's crazy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
start with your community.
Mm-hmm.
Start, look at your friends. What grade are you in now? Are you in high school?
No, I did my master's. I'm working right
Oh
now.
my God, you look so young. Listen, start with a professor. Start
Mm-hmm.
with your friends. See who has somewhat succeeded. See who opened the business. See anything like that. See who's a social media influencer now. Start in
Mm-hmm.
the community, right? Build your confidence up. Get better at it. I don't know who are you interviewing now, the type of people you're interviewing now, but I would
Like
just
I'm interviewing all the people who have that capacity because I totally believe that everybody have that story worth telling. I
I get
like
it.
yeah. Before you, I interviewed like a mixed martial arts like a champion.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yes.
so I would
So
do that. I would build on that. Okay,
yes.
mixed martial arts champion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would, so as you do more interviews, I would be like, I would get more specific.
Yes.
Was he in UFC? Was he in
Yes. He is
PFL?
in
So
UFC.
there we go. So just keep that momentum. Keep that
Yes.
momentum, and just have fun. Don't try to
Mhm.
go from zero to David
Yes.
Meltzer
Yes.
real quick.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just look to add value. Always add value.
Mm-hmm.
Add value. I read your book. This is what I learned. That's adding value.
Yes.
And then don't be naive. You know, don't be like I want an hour. I want 2 hours. Just hey, give me 22 minutes.
20.
Have some
Yeah.
fun with it. Give me 22 minutes. I'll fly to you. I'll go
Mhm.
interview you. I'll do all the work. I'll edit everything, and hopefully, I bring you more awareness. And that's how
Like
you can add value.
yeah, I started this journey of talking because I'm so much full of insecurities. Like because I have that fear. I'm very good at studies, but I don't have that confidence within me to speak or ask a simple question. I started so during my job search, I found Evan Carmichael through YouTube videos, motivational videos. Then from that day, I started my journey of like I think I started on January 1st or 2nd my YouTube channel in 2018,
Hmm.
and like I don't have the thought of interviewing people, but
Okay.
it
I
came.
didn't either.
Yeah, it came to me like I'm just editing some videos, I'm learning some skills and posting uploading videos. But one of my family member, she told me that why are you not speaking in front of the camera? I'm not seeing your videos, I'm not seeing you speaking.
Yeah.
That made me like she told me casually, but I took it as a serious thing. Yeah, it's correct. And then I started like doing 1 minute videos on Instagram. When
Hmm.
when you see my first Instagram 1 minute video, I said like full of fear. It's like just believe in you, be confident, and
Gotcha.
yeah, I spoke 2 3 words.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna say something right now, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
And I only say this because I want the best for you. And it's crazy that I'm in New York City, you're in Texas. I never met you. I don't even know how to pronounce your name, but
yeah.
I'm gonna say this, okay? I still don't do this. A little bit because I've been doing it for a year and I have had some success now, right? So I have
Yeah.
some stuff to talk about. I have some leverage.
Yes.
But what I would say is that, and I still do this today. If you look at all my posts, I still do this today.
Mm-hmm.
I hate and I don't say this is how you become successful. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. No, I look. That's a turnoff. I see that all the time on Instagram, all the time. Look, Gary Vaynerchuk can say that. Evan Carmichael can say that. But you and I,
No.
it comes off much better if we
Yes.
say, "Hey guys, I learned this from Gary Vaynerchuk. I applied it today. This is
Mm-hmm.
what happened, and I want to share that with you."
With you.
That's
Yes.
it. It's the same thing. It's just the way you say it. Because if you come to me, like I've seen some of your posts, and it says 'cause I like to check out people's stuff before I talk. And
Mm-hmm.
I saw some of your posts, and your posts are the same thing. They're like, "This is how you become successful. This is how you become." I think build belief or something that you said. This is how you this. This is how you that. Don't don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just document your journey. Worry about you. Okay. I would get 100% selfish and work on you. You're trying to build somebody's confidence. You're trying to help somebody's motivation when you can't get in front of a stage. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yes, I
And I
totally.
mean this. I mean this with all my heart, and I mean this. And
Yes.
I'm trying to say this as nice as I can, but the
Yes.
truth is the truth. The
Yes.
truth is the truth is the truth. You gotta just whoop, take a step back and say, you know what? I'm gonna take it myself. I'm gonna document my journey, and I'm not gonna do that until I actually have the leverage to do that.
To that.
Okay,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can say like, oh, this how you interview, this how you get an interview, this what you do. Because even that, I still don't do it. I kind of like, I still do it indirectly. Like I'll say, hey, this is what I've learned. This how you add value, but this is what I've learned, type of thing. Until a point where I actually really could actually do that. So just take a step back, have fun, document your journey, be you. Where you're from?
I'm from India.
From India. You have a great culture. You
Yeah.
have beautiful people. They're some of the nicest, hardest working people in the world. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
just be you. Just be nice. Hey guys, this is what I learned. Hey guys, this is what resonated in my mind. Hey guys, I'm going to do this interview today. This is what Evan Carmichael said. That's it. Forget about everybody else. Hey, this get motivated, believe this and believe that. Don't. You might feel good. It's a good thing to do. It is a good thing to do. But me as the viewer, as the consumer,
Mm-hmm.
who the hell is this Indian chick trying to motivate me? Unfollow. Look, this is what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I
This is what
understand. Yeah.
happens. Who the
Mm-hmm.
hell is Carlos trying to motivate me? Wait, what? This how you have a good marriage? I saw him arguing with his wife yesterday. You get what I mean?
Yes. I totally.
uh,
Yes. Like, how do you? Yeah.
uh-huh.
What's your feeling of fatherhood?
Fatherhood.
I saw your
Well,
Instagram story that you are
yes.
bringing some bread to your wife.
So fatherhood. I am going to be a father. This is my
Mm-hmm.
first time.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of a father already because when I came in the picture, she had a 15-year-old young boy, young kid, great kid,
Mm-hmm.
great kid. I have a lot of fun with him. Just one second, I'm trying to connect my laptop.
Okay.
So I mean, again, it's like I'm excited, I'm motivated, but What else you want me to say? How to be a good father? I mean, I don't know. So
Yeah, I don't know.
you know what I mean? So it's like
Yes.
it's I appreciate the answer and the support. I mean the question and the support, but
Mm.
it's a journey coming.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say this, and this is kind of like something that's pissing me off that a lot of people are telling me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're like, oh, you're gonna have to stop doing what you're doing because you're gonna be a father. You're gonna have to stop doing what you're doing because you can't travel as much anymore. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? You don't know me.
Mm-hmm.
When that baby pops out, when I have that little Oompa Loompa, right, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
carrying him
Mm-hmm.
or her, the baby is gonna go with me to interviews. If I have to take the baby and the baby's gonna be in my arm as I'm doing an interview with Evan Carmichael, he's gonna be in the interview or she's gonna be in the interview. It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. It's up
Yes,
to you.
I totally understand. And like, do you have that family support on on what you do?
Yes and no. The reason I say yes is because I don't really have any negative family members that really tell me like what they're not really negative.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing they I do get attacked on is my health. And what
Mm-hmm.
I mean is I'm very overweight. I don't look it, but I'm very tall. Like I'm 6'3",
Yes.
200. I'm 270. Okay, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
weight.
Mm-hmm.
So my normal weight is like 210, two
Mm-hmm.
hundred actually. When I met my wife, I was 200 pounds only 5 years ago. Only 5 years ago. So my health is something that I have to get in order.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very hypocritical about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't really talk about it too much or say anything too much about it because I'm not doing the yeah. That's a perfect example. I'm not doing the work
Work.
to be
Mm-hmm.
healthy, so I have to get that in order. Health is the most important thing, and then my marriage is the most important thing, and
Important.
then
Yes.
this is very important. Everything is important, but you have to put everything in order, and that's what I'm starting to do now.
Schedule.
Yes, so I got to get that in order. I
Mm-hmm.
can't really talk about it too much with the health. I've had some health issues, some leg issues. Last winter, I couldn't even walk. I had these
Okay.
veins that were popping out. I had a blood clot that came out. I have a back issue. I fell on my back last
Mm-hmm.
winter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of excuses for me to stop doing what I'm doing, but I'm not.
Like, what are you going to take? Like, steps. Are you
Wait, I didn't
going
even
to
finish.
gym?
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even finish the question. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not negative. They do attack me when it comes to health, but the
Mm-hmm.
thing like they're not the biggest fans in the world is what I'm trying to say. Which is okay, like everybody has a life. I want everybody to share my stuff and like all my videos and talk about me and share everything, but it's
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a life. It's okay. And I know, like I have a feeling when I make it, right, when I'm on stage already famous, they're gonna be like, oh, my brother, oh, my son, oh, this, oh, that. But they're good people. I mean, my mom and my dad, they do share my stuff here and there. They're good
Okay.
people. Everybody has their life, I get it. It's all good. It's not stopping me. It's all good.
Awesome. So, like, what are you taking the steps towards your health? Make it better. Are you joining any gym or?
Well, I have a gym membership, but I'm one of those people that don't go to the gym.
Good. Okay.
But look, listen, I'm not. I don't really want to talk too much about this topic because I'm just gonna be a hypocrite. So I'm gonna say this. I
Mm-hmm.
just gotta do what I gotta do. I have to go and do the workout, and I have
Mm-hmm.
to eat right. That's it. Plain and simple, and that's it. There's no plan or how many days or anything like that. It's just I gotta do what I gotta do. The same ways I woke up at 6 a.m. to start emailing and hustling and doing all this stuff. The same way, and even more importantly, I had to take care of my health. I
Mm-hmm.
heard David Meltzer.
Mm-hmm.
I had a meeting with him the other day when he came, the last time he came to New York City. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, I spend more money on my health than somebody spends in a new car that they bought.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. He's older than I am. He's 50 years
Yes.
old.
Yes.
But he's in a level that he can actually do that. Now, if it's me and you, we don't have more than
Yes,
more
more
money
that money.
than
Yeah.
actually buying the car. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but that's no excuse. We can still do it. We go to a supermarket, we buy the healthy foods, drink a
Mm-hmm.
lot of water, have a great workout, and that's it. That's it. It's that simple. Literally, it's that simple.
So, like, how do you contact guests? Like, do you find like follow them on Instagram and or do you meet them on a networking events?
Gotcha. I love it. I love this. I don't get to talk about this too much. Um, First of all, if when I go into interviewing somebody, it's not random. It's not like, oh, let's see, Gary V. No, it's how do I feel? Does Gary Vaynerchuk, um, does he is he a part of the On the Road to Success brand that I'm in? Does he
Okay.
match that? Does he
Okay.
match that? How does my intuition feel about this person? And
Mm-hmm.
yes, obviously he does. But that's how I go about every interview. I
Okay.
literally I have that check first, and then if I like them, I go everywhere. I check on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, podcasts, YouTube. I check everything, right? How can I get in contact with this person? How can I get noticed, right? And in the back of my mind, as I'm researching all that stuff, I like to think, okay, how can I also add value? So I pay attention to the details. Does this person have a foundation that I can help? Oh, great. He's a part of the Boys and Girls Club in New York City. Okay, I can do some community hours there. I can work for free and share that in an email.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can if they have a book, a lot of these people, they're authors, right? I can buy their book, read their book. Hey, this is what I learned from in your book, David
Book.
Meltzer.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I learned. This is how it affected my life. I would love to chat with you for 5 minutes. I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind flying. I don't mind traveling to get to meet you. Right? That's what I do. So I figure out where they are, what platforms they are in. I like to get an email. And I'm gonna talk about DMs a little bit because DMs is like the thing. So DMs, it's very cool, but you can't be naive. If a person has over 1 million or even 100,000
Yes.
followers, the chances of you actually getting noticed on their DM
DM
is
is
next to
like
none.
very less. Yes.
Because when I look at it, when I have a request from somebody,
Mm-hmm.
it, I see it on my locked screen. Once I open my phone, it's gone, right? I have
Mm-hmm.
to literally go in my phone, and if I pay attention to the blue little, I think the little words, you have one request, you have three requests, whatever the case is.
Yes.
Click on it, and then I see who it is. But these people are getting hundreds and thousands of DMs of people asking and asking, I want this, I want that, I want to interview you, I want to meet you, I want this, I want your signature, I want that. I have this question, can you help me? Blah, blah, blah. Can you invest in me? I have this pitch, I have this idea. So they have all that stuff. So it's already noisy. So how
Mm-hmm.
can you stand out? How can I, Carlos Collado, from On the Road to Success in Bushwick, New York, stand out with all these other people, right? Well, it's very simple to me. I just don't worry about the people that don't respond to me or say no to me. And this is what I
Okay.
mean. Don't stay with me. This is what I mean, okay? If I send them an email already, if I added value already, if I send them a DM, if I have send them a Facebook message, because this is what I do
Mm-hmm.
on all these platforms. If I tweeted them, I don't wait for that person to answer back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Vaynerchuk, I send them a message in the summer. I haven't heard back.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Imagine if I would have waited for Gary Vaynerchuk, I would have missed out on like 30 interviews,
Yes.
20 interviews
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
So I have a deep belief that in order for an interview to happen, it has to be at the right moment. It has to be that you're succeeding and you're vibrating at the same success level that they're vibrating at. If you're over here and this person's over there, there's no way. Look, there's no
Yes.
way
So
that you're
much
gonna
gap.
meet.
Yeah.
So I have a deep belief that the reason why I interviewed Jay Cutler, the bodybuilder, 4-time Mr. Olympia, 3-time Honor Classic champion. I think he has over 3 million followers on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Very famous. Somebody that I used to watch when I was in high school on YouTube because I love bodybuilding. I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought I was gonna meet Evan Carmichael. I never thought I was gonna meet. These are people I never thought I was gonna meet, and I met them. So I think that because of the work, because you're putting that out there in the universe, because you're vibrating at the level that the people you're interviewing are vibrating at, that's why I'm able to interview some of the people that I'm able to interview.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wait. I do. If you did everything you had to do to get in touch with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I never replied to you, I saw it, I ignored it, or it just never got to me, or I said no. You can't do anything about it. There's nothing else that you can do. There's nothing else that you can do. You did
Yes.
your part. You put that out there in the universe, in whatever you believe in God, in Buddha, a rock, a tree, whatever you believe in, you put that out there in the universe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's it. So you put it out there. I ignored it. I said no. This interview never happened. Are you gonna cry? No, you just go
No.
on and find somebody else that you
Yes.
like that fits with you, fits with
Mm-hmm.
your brand, with what you're doing, something that you want to learn from them, how you can add value to them, and you keep going. And that's
Yes.
it. Just because I'm a nice guy, Carlos, I'm a nice guy. Why this person said no to me? Who cares? The market doesn't care. Nobody cares if I'm a nice guy or
Mm-hmm.
if I do community service or nobody cares. Nobody cares. So just do your work, do the part, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it.
Yes, and also like you mentioned that uh, you mentioned exactly what I also do, because when I message people and they didn't even reply, I don't wait for them, like, because I'll send messages to almost like a 20 or 30 people so that I'll get at least one reply from any person.
Well, I would not do it like that. I would not do it like 30 or 40 people or 20 people. Remember, get very specific. If you see my outreach and my return back,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably, if you don't count like my early days of when I didn't know what the heck I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
almost a year and a half ago. If you don't count that, like I probably have reached out to a little bit over maybe 100, or even less than 100. I want to
Okay.
say, but I have interviewed 40 people.
Okay.
As opposed to you, you have reached out to probably 500 people, and you haven't interviewed as much. And then the quality of interviews as well. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. So I mean, I can interview. I mean, there's tons of people that will say yes to me right now here in Brooklyn. They own a store, they own a bodega, they own a car shop. But just because they have a car shop, it doesn't mean that they're successful.
Success. Yes, I understand. Mm-hmm.
So you got to do your research. You got to see if they relate to you,
Yes.
and then add value and have fun with them. That's all.
Mhm. So, what is the best lesson or a best quality you learned after meeting these successful people like David Meltzer or Evan Carmichael? Like you mentioned, you like already met who works with Entrepreneur Magazine. So, what are the
Got
best
that? Yeah.
part? Yeah.
The biggest lesson that I have learned is humility.
Mm-hmm.
Humility. I do not have an ego. Okay. So what I mean is, if I'm going to do, if I'm going on this journey, all right,
Mm-hmm.
the worst thing that I can do is act like I know everything. The worst thing that I can do is act like I don't need help.
Mm-hmm.
So I flipped it. I'm like, all right, let me try humility. Hey, I don't know this. Hey, I need help in my relationship.
And
Hey, can you help me with my social media? Hey, what can I do? I don't know. So I ask. If you can ask for help. If you don't know how to put on Google how to build an Instagram profile and watch 13 hours of building an Instagram profile, then I don't know what to say. So my
mm-hmm.
biggest lesson from everybody that I have learned is humility.
Mm-hmm.
Humility and being grateful for everything that has happened to me, and everything that has, even I don't want to say problems, but obstacles that have
Mm-hmm.
happened to me. I'm grateful for them because there's good in everything. I can learn from everything. Listen, there's stuff that has happened to me. People have said no to me. Situations have happened to me in this journey. Flights missed.
Okay.
Flights missed.
Yeah.
I booked something and I forgot, and it's an important person. They're like, "Yo, what happened?" I'm like, "Shit, I've messed up." But
Mhm.
all that brought my self awareness up of the moment of not letting my ego create this inferiority of the different people that I'm interviewing. I'll give you a great example. Jay Cutler, right? Jay Cutler
Mhm.
was the biggest person, so I thought that I was going to interview of the year, and he was. If you look at the numbers and net worth and all that crap.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, my ego is like, oh my God, Jay Cutler, oh my God. So I travel to Boston. I take a bus, a 5 hour bus. I get there. I got to spend the whole day with him, the whole day. So I go in, very busy guy. Everybody wants to talk to him. I get 20 minutes with him. We did the interview. It was a great interview. And luckily, I had my phone with this on, okay?
Mhm.
And I was recording as well. And then I had the main camera over here recording.
Mhm.
I put the mics on us, and I forgot to turn on the wire of the mic on. I forgot to turn it on. So I did the whole interview with no audio, and that's probably the greatest thing that has happened to me thus far. I'll explain because it just I asked David Meltzer. David Meltzer in a Q&A. You can look it up. There are no setbacks, only setups. This is what he said. There are no setbacks, only setups. I said, hey, David Meltzer, I just met with Jay Cutler. I had this setback. What do you think, or how do you handle setbacks? He said, well, Carlos, there are no setbacks, only setups. Your ego allows inferiority to you allowed to create inferiority amongst people when everybody should be the same. Just because Jay Cutler and David Meltzer in your eyes are like this, you need to remember that every interview needs to be the same.
Same.
It has
Yes.
to be the same, whether it's the bodega owner or Brad Pitt. Everybody has to be the same. Your ego cannot create this level of inferiority. And I was very thankful for that lesson because after that, I mean, I just became more confident. I became more comfortable. I became more aware. Everything is like, mic is on, boop. Uh, camera's on, boop. I have the memory. Okay, great. Everything is like, I'm more aware about this stuff. Now, look,
Yes.
listen. Another thing is like, I don't beat myself up. Everything I'm doing is by myself. Listen, if I forgot to turn it on, or if I messed up here, or if I didn't spell this word there,
Mhm.
okay, so what?
Yeah.
I'm a one man team. I'm not gonna wait until I learn how to spell your and you are and all this crap. I'm not
Yes.
gonna wait until I get good with that. It's gonna get a point where I'm gonna get bigger. I'm gonna have a team, and then I'm gonna hire somebody. Do you know how to spell your and your? Great. That's your job. That's all you gotta do, and I'm gonna hire that person. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Go all
Weaknesses.
in on your strengths. That's it. So I'm good on camera. I'm confident here. I like to be with people. I'm positive. This is me. All right. This is me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a speller. I'm not a writer. I don't know. Like all this stuff, I don't know how to put it on paper. I
Paper.
don't know how to. I have a hard times writing the descriptions in my Instagram posts sometimes because I don't know how to put what I said on video on Word. So just focus on your strengths and hide your weaknesses.
Awesome. It's like a greatest lesson. Like what you did with that video that you like an interview with no audio. Did you put it on like a upload it to YouTube?
I didn't. It's no reason to upload it to YouTube. Like I said, luckily I got to record with my phone, so there is some audio on my phone. The only thing is
Okay.
that this is not a
Mm-hmm.
mic, so it picks up everything
Some
else.
little yes.
It picked up everybody talking. It picked up. It was very like it was like 5 feet from us, so
Mm-hmm.
the audio wasn't that good. But I still got to. I still had the whole interview on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use the camera one, and I was able to still do some posts with the subtitles because I know what he said and I know what I
Yes.
said. So I
Yes.
still put that. But if you listen to it, it might be a little bit hard to actually pick up those words
Mm-hmm.
unless you're really paying attention. But yes, that's what I
But
did with
yeah, but you can put some music. That's but you have that person in on it.
yeah.
That really
That's
matters.
yeah. That's a main thing. Like, hey, I interviewed Jay Color.
Yes.
I have the proof. I don't have the audio, but I have the. So yeah. So yeah. That. So what's gonna happen with you as you go along this journey? Okay,
Mhm.
it's a really cool thing. It gets easier. It doesn't get harder. It gets
Yes.
easier. And before
Yes.
I answer that, let me just check my phone real quick because I'm waiting on a very important. Okay, cool, great. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna start interviewing big time real estate people. You're gonna start interviewing the Evan Carmichaels, the David Melters, the Greg S. Reeds, the I don't know Mel Robbins, different people that you want to interview. It's gonna happen. You know, not all of them, but some. And then in your emails, because like today, great example today. They said I had two phone calls. They're like, "Who are some of the people that you have interviewed?" And I said, "Blah blah blah." They're like, "Oh, okay. Oh, wow." But you only have 93 subscribers on your YouTube? I'm like, yeah, but how are you getting all these interviews? I'm like, well, I don't know. I just add value.
Doing. Yes.
So they're like, okay, great. We'll do this interview. And then another sweet twist to it is I'm willing to travel to you. I'll go over there. Give me 20 minutes all the way from New York City. I'll
Mhm.
go and I'll do this interview. And when people see that, they're like, oh, wow, this kid, you know what? I love what he's doing. This kid, let me, boom, I'm going to help him. It's so cool going down my phone list. I have David Meltzer's phone number, Greg S. V, Scott Duffy. I mean, all these cool people. It's down on my list. I'm like, man, this is really cool. This is really cool. And
Yes.
another thing that's gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna learn this along the way, but you're gonna these different people. You're gonna build relationships, right? They go to
Yes.
events. They have conferences. You go to them, and then
Mhm.
they have friends, and they have friends, and then
Yes.
you're like, oh wow, you know her? I sent her an email last week. I haven't heard anything from. What? Are you serious? Hold on. Hey Mel, come over here. This is a beautiful young lady from India that wants to interview you. Will you give her 10 minutes? Great. And hey, you know what? Sometimes it might be on the spot. Sometimes it might be, you know what? Sure, come to my office or
Yes.
whatever the case
Yes.
is.
Yes.
But you have to be willing to be adjustable and flexible. I'm not fancy. Like, listen, I'm not fancy. Like, if it's in the bathroom, I'm gonna do it in the bathroom. I mean, if I got 5 minutes, if I got one minute with you,
Mm-hmm.
popping on my phone. I'm not getting my fancy camera to go do the
Yes.
interview. I'm popping
Mm-hmm.
on my phone. There's so
Phone.
many that you can do with your phone that's unbelievable. So
Mm.
you're gonna build these different things. And I went to a great event, and I highly recommend if you have the money. It's very expensive, very expensive.
Okay.
Like it's expensive. Okay, it's $3,000, not
Okay.
including your flight, not including your hotel. $3,000, right? But you will meet some of the most influential people that you can ever meet. And I went last year. Okay, I'm not going this year because I have the baby with my wife.
Mm.
But I went last year, and it was Greg S. Reed's event. It's called Secret Knock, and
Okay.
I went there, and I got to meet the former president of Mexico, the guy that invented the credit card magnetic stripe on
Mm-hmm.
the credit card. I got to meet him.
Yes.
He also
Mm-hmm.
invented the MLS. I think it's called for real estate people,
Okay.
where you can look up listings.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got to meet. I mean, so tons of best-selling authors. I got to meet the former president of Mexico. I mean, so many people I got to meet there. Oh, the founder of Uggs. I got to meet him.
Okay.
Um, in California as well. So you're gonna start seeing, you're gonna start building these relationships, and it'll
Networks.
come.
Yes.
Sometimes people are gonna be like, "Oh, I know this person," and blah blah blah, and then they'll just refer you to them. So it gets easier with time.
Awesome. And like in one of your live, you mentioned that the hotel job. Why is that your favorite job? Like why you want that job?
My favorite job, um, well, it's not what I want to do as a career,
Yeah, I
but
understand. But yeah.
I'm good at it. I make great money there. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a stressful job. I have fun there.
Okay.
It's very relaxing. And what I mean is not that you don't do work. You do work. You work
Yes.
really hard.
But enjoy it.
But
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's not like going to an office for 9 to 5. I mean, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a construction job because that's not me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just I've been doing it for my whole life, and it's something that I kind of just got used to, and kind of liked, and the money is great, and you make tips, and you have fun, and you build relationships with different guests, and then
Yes. Mhm.
you meet different people, and that's how I met my mentor Jeff Howman.
Okay.
I mean, it's been great there. They're very great. They're very supportive.
Mhm.
They're a company. It's called Arlo Nomad. They're a company that supports you. They have your back. You can feel safe. If you did a mistake, you can say, "Hey, manager, I don't know what happened. I made a mistake. I effed up. Can you help me?" Sure, no problem. Now, obviously, if you do it five, six, 7 times, you're gonna be, hey, what the hell's going on? But you know what I mean. Some
Yes.
companies, they're like, you do a mistake, they're quick to fire you. They're quick to write you up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
why? Like why? And it should never be like that. Empathy and perspective. If you don't
Mhm.
have empathy, you're never gonna win. You're gonna have a revolving door when it comes to owning a business. Hey, Carlos, you messed up 3 times. This is not how you are. Let's go have a seat. Let's drink some coffee. What's going on, brother? Oh well, my wife, me and her, we just had an argument, and this morning, and it kind of just fucked up with me, and
Yes.
um, oh, all right, Carlos, I'm so sorry that's going on. Can I do anything for you? You know
Mhm.
what? Uh, it's okay. It's all good. I'll get you a coffee. Oh, cool. I'll take the coffee. And then you feel better. And that's it. That's all you needed. That's
Yes.
all you needed. So empathy as a human, empathy as a leader, empathy as a manager, empathy as a coworker, it's so important. And then perspective. Some companies they don't even know the game they're playing. They don't even know where they are. They're like, we're trying to be number one. We're trying to get to the top. Under what conditions? Apple didn't agree to these conditions. Microsoft didn't agree to these conditions. What do you mean? Square footage, number of employees, how much profit you make. Like, what are you talking about? Where I'm getting at is don't tear down all the other tall buildings, right? Just build the biggest building. Build
Mhm.
the biggest building. That's all you got to do. Don't worry
Yes.
about that building being 40 floors and this one being 80 floors. Just build the biggest building. That's all you got to do. Empathy and perspective.
Awesome. Yeah, I watched that your live video that you're talking in your hotel, like
Yeah.
before you're going to work. I really connected to it,
And
and
I'm kind of passionate about empathy and perspective when it comes in the workplace. So don't be surprised if I do like a little separate project for that. So that's definitely something. I was even thinking about like interviewing like general managers and CEOs when it comes to like companies and hotels and teams and stuff. So don't be
Mhm.
surprised if I actually do something like that because I am very like this. I'm very passionate about this stuff. Like every meeting that we have in my job, I'm
Mhm.
very vocal. Like anybody has to say anything, boom, me. So
Yeah.
I'm very vocal. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I care about it a lot.
Yeah, that's what like when you talk about those examples, when you give that small example, that's where I connected.
Hmm.
And you mentioned in the last question, like you mentioned you have a mentor. Like, how did you approach to him? Like,
So everybody has this question: how to find a mentor? How to get a
yes,
mentor?
yes.
I'm a big believer in not asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer in, hey, Jeff, I have this question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you? And I'll do whatever you tell me. So he gives you the answer. He gives you whatever he's gonna
Yes.
say, and then you say, okay, thank you. And then you go, bum, 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 bum. You go, you do the work, da da da. Hey, Jeff, it's been a month. I did what you told me. I have another question, and you do the work, and that's how you build your mentorship relationship.
Relationship. Mm-hmm.
Somebody came to me and said, even when I'm a little bit bigger, hey Carlos, can you mentor me?
No.
What what do you like? What do you mean on relationships, on work, on what? Like what do you like? No,
Mm-hmm.
that's very general. That's very heavy. That's like
Yes.
taking somebody's whole life and taking care of it. Like it's not like that. It's hey, I have a question. 2 minutes. This is what I do with my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to brag a little bit. It's gotten better, and we actually have hour conversations and 40-minute
Mm-hmm.
conversations and 5-minute conversations and 2-minute conversations. But whenever I have a phone call with my mentor and I have a question, I write the question down and I say, in the phone call, I do not like to say, "Hey Jeff, how are you? How you been? Oh wow, that's really cool." I'm losing time. I don't need that. So through text, I say, "Hey, how you been? Great, God, thank God. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Yeah, hey, really cool. You know what? I'll show you right now. I'll show you right now. Okay." So for some reason, we were talking on LinkedIn today. But you know
Okay.
what? You know what? Let me go to the text so you can believe me. So Jeff Howman, right? I
Yes.
don't know if you can see it. Jeff Howman.
Mhm.
So blah blah blah. Hold on, some personal stuff here. Let me see. So the last thing I told him was, let's see, lost service. Trying to get, let's see. Okay, boom, right here. I feel like a boss in a good way. What I mean is, I feel like I am not a drifter, and what a drifter is somebody that doesn't have control of their mind up here. Okay, so you're just going through life. You don't have no purpose. You just go to work. You come home. You pay your bills, and that's it. That's a drifter. A
Mhm.
non-drifter is somebody that has a purpose, that has mentorship, that has an association. They know what they want. They're attacking what they want. And then he told me all this stuff. He told me
Yes.
all this. Look at this. Look. I mean,
Yes.
it's
You
sick.
posted it on Instagram story, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. So all
yes.
this.
That's
I mean, it goes on and on and on. Like it's.
yes.
I share my videos and all that. Look, I shared this, and he said, "That's awesome. Thanks for allowing me to see the whole thing roll out." So he's saying, "Thanks for allowing me to see your journey roll out," right? Because
Mhm.
we've had a relationship for 2 years. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call him and say, "Hey Jeff, what did you think about my video that I sent you?" That's a waste of time. Like I don't really care. I already sent him the link. If he has time to watch it, great. If he doesn't, it's okay.
It's
I'm gonna
okay.
ask him and be very productive with the time that I have with him and being respectful of it because he's very busy. He's
Mm-hmm.
very successful. He has 7 kids. He is married. He has a beautiful family. So for me to call him, "Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Hey, what's up? Nothing much, you know. Who cares?"
Like where you met him? Have you connected with him?
In my job. In my job.
Okay. Awesome.
So what happened was he was talking about like books and different books that I have read. If you can see them here, I've read a
Yes.
lot of books.
Yes.
So I'm like, man, this guy is pretty interesting. I like this guy. And I was so scared. I'm like, "Ugh, I don't even know if I should do this." So I went up to him and I said, "Hey, Jeff, my name is Carlos. This is kind of like the journey that I'm on. I don't really have no mentorship, but I do have some questions that I would like to ask. What do you think?" And let me see if I got my wallet. Oh, right here. So my wallet, I always keep this with me because like kind of like a cool special memory. So he
Okay.
gave me he wrote a Arlo business card, right? Here, Arlo
Okay.
business card.
Mm-hmm.
And then I crossed out
Phone
his
number or detail, like a personal detail. Yeah.
phone number, but it says Jeff Howman.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow him on, yeah, yeah. Some emails to read so I can remember what we spoke about. So this is how you do it, guys. You get it. You ask a question, you do the work, and then you go back to your mentor. And that's it. And he told me too. He's like, "Hey, Carlos, you know what? I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I don't know. But one thing is, I've given my phone number to probably over 5,000 people. He has given his phone number out, and he literally told me maybe 8 have actually done what he has said, and then
Okay.
one or like 2 or 3 people are doing what I'm actually doing."
Okay. Yeah, that's what Evan also speaks. If you ask a question to a mentor, like don't ask for the second question without doing that first one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Like, are you concentrating on speaking, or like what is your motto? What is your ultimate goal?
So my ultimate goal is to become an international
Mm-hmm.
speaker around the theme of intuitive
In yours.
success, right?
Okay.
And then I also want to become a best-selling author.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's watching and they want to be a best-selling author, I will say this. I learned this from Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not worried about how I'm gonna sell the book. I'm not. Because this is the thing, the book has been written already, and what I mean is all these interviews, everything that I'm doing, that's the book. That's the book, and you have seen it. You have seen it on Instagram. Everybody has seen it on Instagram. Everybody has seen it. Now, what is gonna make them buy the book? They're gonna feel guilty. I gave them so much. I gave them so much. I put myself out there. I put my flaws out there. I interviewed David Meltzer. I did the work for David Meltzer. And to see the people that follow me go follow David Meltzer is like the biggest turn on for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's unbelievable. If I didn't reach out to David Meltzer, you wouldn't know about David Meltzer, and 30 or 40 other people will know about David Meltzer. So that's how I view it. So I do so much, I provide so much for 2, 3, 4 years. I give. Hey, David, you know, what do you think about helping me out with this book? I mean, I know I met you 5 times and I did all this work, you know, an individual personal email,
Person.
personal, literally type every email, not the same, hey, help me with my book. Thank you. No. Hey, David, I met you 5 times in New York City. This is what I learned from you in New York City. This
Mm-hmm.
is the book, and this is what I put in New York. Sorry, in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can help me to market this book a little bit?
Okay.
Yes and or no. If they say no, guess what? It's okay because I'm not expecting nothing from them in return. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
when it comes to the consumer, people actually buying the book, I gave you so much and I put this out there that you're gonna be like, you know what, Carlos? He has met some cool people that I didn't know and I actually met them. You know what? I'm gonna buy this book. I'm gonna buy this book. I'm gonna leave a review. And same thing. If nobody buys the book, I don't expect nothing in return. It's okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't.
Awesome. So, like, what is your ultimate impact you wanna create?
I just want people to listen to their intuition. I want
Okay.
you know that you know that you know. You
Mm-hmm.
know. You know when something is right or wrong. You know when you should date that girl or that guy. You know when you should take that job or you should quit. You know. You just need to quiet yourself a little bit. Ignore everybody else that's out there telling you what to do because 80% of the people out there are living other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy, and I got tired of doing that. I'm like, I'm gonna go to school because my mom wants me to go to school.
Once.
I'm gonna
Yes.
be a police officer because it has great benefits, and my cousin is a police officer and he told me it has great benefits, so I'm gonna go and become a fucking police officer. No,
Yes.
I got quiet. I ignored everybody, and you know what, people are gonna get, what are you doing, Carlos? What are you doing? You're not gonna be a college. You're not gonna go to college or be a police officer. You're
Mm-hmm.
not going to college to finish. They ask you all these questions, but at the end of the day, whose life you're gonna be living? Yours. So listen to your intuition. Trust your gut. Greg S. Reed likes to say, when you're driving and you're going down the road and you're probably like, what's over there on the left hand side of the street? He calls it just turn left, right? Because when you go over there and you turn left, maybe something's gonna happen, or maybe you don't, and now you solve that curiosity, and that's it. It's gone forever. So just
Mm-hmm.
listen to your intuition, and then the second part to it is just because I have an idea of starting a business or making an Instagram fitness profile and all this different stuff, it doesn't mean that go ahead and do it with no counsel. What I like to say is you have this idea of being a fitness personality, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Hey, Jeff, how are you, my mentor? Aside of everything that I'm doing, do you think I should start another fitness Instagram profile? The answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, so you had that counsel because there's only so many things that I can do by myself. I'm
Yes.
doing all
Yeah.
this stuff, and then I'm gonna start an Instagram profile. So my question is, have an intuition. listen to your inspiration, that thought, idea, whatever you get, and then do the research behind that idea that you get. So if it's to become a lawyer, okay, great. What is it going to take to become a lawyer? Wow, 10 years of school? Maybe I don't want to become a lawyer, type of thing. So do the research before you get into it. And then if it's something that fits with what you want, your ultimate goal, your one word, your mission, whatever the case is, then go ahead and attack it and ignore everybody else.
Awesome. Thank you. And your one word should be intuition.
My one word is intuition, baby.
Yes.
Intuition, intuitive success. Intuition is everything. I have all the interviews that I have done. Everybody has said they have trusted their intuition, they have trusted their
That's the
gut,
gut.
and they
Yes.
went along and succeeded because of that. If not, they would have lived somebody else's life.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carlos.
You got it. You got it. I'm glad to have this opportunity to
Because
actually interview
yeah,
you. I'm
because
grateful for this.
yeah, I can resonate with you a lot
Yeah,
because of the same journey I'm going. So
that's awesome. I'm glad
yes,
to hear that.
that small things that if you
That's
give
it.
an example, I'll relate to. Like yes, I'll
Yeah,
like I don't just think. I'll visualize it. Okay, this will happen.
mhm.
Okay, this might happen.
Yeah. And I mean, look, do it for free. Do everything for free.
Yes.
Build leverage. You're not
Mhm.
paying me for this, right?
Yes.
You're not paying me
Mhm.
for this. Build leverage. Just be a good person. Do the work. Don't wait on nobody. You send the email. Great. Find somebody else that resonates with you, and just have fun with it. The road to success and happiness, happiness is actually in the journey, on the road. It's not when I become a speaker. It's my hustle of becoming a speaker. That's what
Yes.
creates the happiness,
Yes.
because when somebody says yes, when I go through 10 no's or 10 people that ignored me, and I finally get that yes from Evan Carmichael, that's what really, you know what? I'm glad that I kept going, because if I would have listened to the first 3 or 4 no's, I would have never met
Waited.
Evan
Yeah.
Carmichael.
Yes.
But just keep going, get excited. And look, I'm human. It sucks. Like, this shit's annoying. Look, I since last night I sent what, 6, 7 emails, and I got 2 replies back. Two
Mm-hmm.
replies back. But I sucked before. Like, it was like I'll send 10 emails and nobody replied, and then another 10 and nobody replied. But I've gotten a lot better.
Awesome.
So just keep
Awesome.
going, have fun. It's all good. Don't rush into it. Just have fun. You have a lot of life. I look at it like this: if you're not doing nothing, you're gonna die soon. Life is gonna go like that. But when you're
Yes.
actually going and attacking what you want and achieving what you want, you
Mm-hmm.
have plenty of time. You have almost 1 million years to live, because you're doing what you want to do, as opposed to not doing what you want to do.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a blessing.
You got it. I'm glad to have done this, and I hope that you kill it on your journey. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to.
Now,
Thank you.
one good thing to do at the end of the interviews, or before you ask the last question, what I like to do is, hey, where do we follow you? How do we get in contact
Yes.
with you? How
Like
do we
yeah,
reach to you? So
where
yeah,
people can
so
find you.
yeah,
Yes.
so you should do that on your interviews. Definitely do. Remember, add value, add
Yes.
value, add value,
Mhm.
and that's how you add value. Give
Yes.
them exposure, because they have the leverage. So you're on their time, you're on their field, you're on their territory. Give them the leverage. Do what they want, and add value to them. So if anybody's watching, you can find me at CCOLLADO 91 on Instagram. On Facebook is Carlos V Collado. So it's Carlos and then
Yes.
COLADO.
Mm.
You can also look me up on my YouTube channel, which is Carlos Collado on the road to success. LinkedIn as well, Carlos Collado on the road to success. And that's pretty much it.
I'll put all the links in the description when I put upload this video on YouTube. Definitely. I'm doing it for every interview.
That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad to do that. Start doing that, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays and congratulations for your fatherhood.
Same to you.
Thank you.
So cool. So you're gonna finish that. So what's up? You alright? You
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I just wanted to talk to you for like 30 seconds before we go. If you want to take my number down, you can take my number
Yes.
down.
Yes.
It's
Yeah. Then
it's 646
six,
3
four, two, six. Yeah. Three.
so 646
Mm-hmm.
379
Okay.
7292.
7292. Yes. 646-379-7292.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
do that. That's my number. You can text me. You can call
Yes.
me. It's okay.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything specific that you want to ask me or anything?
I got so many answers
Yeah.
from my
Okay.
questions during this conversation.
Good. 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 That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I like what you're doing. Just keep doing it. Add value, and that's it. What did you major in college, anyways?
Electrical engineering.
Do you even like that?
No.
You see what I mean?
Yes,
Uh,
I really.
but
That's why I resonate with so many people because uh, at small connections like maybe they did the same thing or they have gone through the same problem or something.
yeah, my mom is like, or not my mom, my her husband is like, why don't you go to college and take a career in like speaking, like a public speaker or like courses like that on speech and
Yes.
stuff. I'm
Yes.
like, are you kidding me, brother? Like, you think that it's what I've done by myself. No college
Mm-hmm.
will do for me. The people that I have put in front of myself, no college is
Yes.
gonna do that to me. So
Yes.
all the videos, all the stuff, nobody, they're not gonna give me that much practice. Like no,
And like, what is the impact or what kind of example do you want to give to your son or daughter?
I want him to follow whatever he wants,
Okay.
and then just understand that it's possible. And what I mean is, it's sometimes it's hard to believe that you know what I can be a professional speaker
Mm-hmm.
and it's so big, right? 50,000 people, ten
Mm-hmm.
thousand people, 3,000 people in front of you. So you're like, sometimes you don't relate to that. But
Mm-hmm.
if you think to yourself, and I learned this from Les Brown, you
Less
should.
from, yes. Mm-hmm.
He says it's possible. Is
Yes.
it possible that you can interview Evan Carmichael? It's possible.
Yes.
Is it possible that you can be a speaker? It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, are you going to do the work necessary to back up your ambitions? Because a lot of us have ambitions, right? Like I want to get fit. That's one of my ambitions. I want to get fit, but I never did the action to back up my ambition. I did it for my relationship. I did it for my brand and everything else that I'm doing. But the only thing I'm missing is getting fit. So I'm definitely excited to do that in 2019.
Yes,
So
that's your
excited
goal.
for
Yeah.
that.
And also, we want to see that journey of becoming fit.
That's it. So yeah, I'll definitely put that out there, right? I gotta
Yes.
go. I have another interview at 1:30.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
But it was a pleasure. Text me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Sure.
about it. Text me
Sure.
5 times. It's okay. All right? And I'll
Yes.
get back to you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Take care. I'll see you. Oh, wait. When are you gonna, when you're gonna put this out? Or,
Like I didn't have a particular date, but I'll message you or I'll share the link.
and one more question, because I did a Zoom before with somebody else and they put it like it was very small screens. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
literally so small.
No, it's like a big. I can show you. I can send you the picture. Wait, I'll
Yeah,
take.
send me the picture because like I'm like, Jesus, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like this.
But it's big though, right? It's big.
Yes, it's
Like what I mean is, I'll show you what he did.
wait. I'll send you it on Instagram so
Let me
that you
see.
can, or I'll send you.
So this is what this kid did. He tagged me like that, but it's really small. Like if you go on YouTube, it has
Mm-hmm.
the black space in the top, black space in the
Okay.
bottom, and then the
Okay.
screens in the middle. It's not like that, right?
It's similar to like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Look, this is how it is.
Yes, it's like a Zoom. It's like kind of similar.
Hold on.
Carlos Collado.
Look.
Just had a discussion about his last name. So
you weren't rehearsing, I promise.
I don't. Yes, I can relate to it. Yeah, it's kind of similar. Like the same.
kind of colors. He's doing those that have made it.
Gotcha. Because the thing, I think the way he did on YouTube, you see how on
Okay.
YouTube it should be like all the full screen. It
On
should be
the
like that.
yeah,
But he
yes.
did it very small, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can. I will edit it. I have some
Okay.
techniques in my mind, so I'll definitely share you the link.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, babe. So I'll see you. It was a pleasure, and I hope you kill it. Okay.
Yes. Thank
All right.
you.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
There's a difference. I want to do it and I want to be a rock star, right? Like, and that's where you influence people. Like, you know, like I want to do it, but I also want to be the most popular. And so then that person's like, oh, I want to be him. So I guess I'll be nice. Like I want to literally take people who have DNA that's kind of nice and make them more nice.